In this lesson, we will focus on integration rules. Integration is the process of finding the original function from its derivative. In other words, kung ang differentiation ay pagkuha ng rate of change, ang integration naman ay pagbabalik sa original function. So these rules are important because they help us solve integrals in a more simple, organized, and a step-by-step manner. So in this lesson, we will be focusing on three main rules. So first is the power rule, which is used when the variable is raised to a power. Second is the exponential rule, used for exponential functions like e raised to x. And third are the trigonometric rules, which are applied when dealing with basic functions like sine and cosine. These rules will guide us in solving integrals step by step. So to further understand these rules, my classmates will demonstrate and explain examples for each of them.
Good day, everyone. Today we will talk about rules of integration. We have three rules to discuss. First, the power rule. Second is the exponential rule. And the third is the trigonometric. First, the power rule. So we have the integral of x raised to n dx equals n xn plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. So I have example here. The integral of 5x cubed minus 2x plus 4x. So it's a combined polynomial and a constant. So now we will apply the rule of integration term by term because the integration is distributive. So we can separate this into three integrals. So first the 5x cubed, next is negative 2x, next is 4. So the integral of 5x cubed, the integral of negative 2x dx, next integral of 4x. So let's solve this first. So we're gonna use the formula of power rule. X raised to n plus 1. So it's 5x 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 1. So 5x 3 plus 1 4. Then 3 plus 1 is 4 also. So this is the final answer. Next, negative 2x. So simplify negative 2, then x squared and 2. So simplify this and matitira na lang is yung x squared. Don't forget the negative. Next is 4, the integral of 4 and dx. This is constant. So the integral of a constant is a constant times x. So 4 times x is 4x. This is also the. So we're going to combine it now. So 5x raised to 4 over 4 minus x squared plus 4x. So don't forget that. So finally we add the constant of integration because all of the indefinite integral must include c. So this is the final answer for this.
We will now solve an integral involving exponential functions. So given the problem, the integral of 3e raised to 2x dx. So first we recall the exponential rule. So here's the exponential formula. Integral of e raised to ax dx is equal to 1 over a times e raised to ax plus the constant. So natin problem. To solve this problem, if we factor out muna natin si constant 3, so we have 3, the integral of e to x dx. Let's apply the exponential rule. 3 parenthesis 1 half e raised to 2x. To find the final answer, i-multiply natin si 3 sa naka-parenthesis. So 3 times 1 is equal to 3 over 2. Copy lang si e and 2x plus constant. Don't forget the constant of integration to get the final answer.
Hi everyone, I'll be explaining the trigonometric rules of integration. One of the basic rules we use to integrate functions involving sine, cosine, tangent, and more. These rules are just the reverse of the differentiation rules for trigonometric function. So it will be easier once you remember them. Let's solve this one using the trigonometric function. So the problem is, find the integral 2 cosine of x dx. So first, remember the constant multiple rule so we can take the constant 2 out of the integral. So first, isusulat natin ang problem. And then, i-apply natin ang constant multiple rule, which is, ipa-factor out natin ang 2. So, magiging 2 integral cosine of x is dx. And then, i-apply natin ang trigonometric rule. 2. So, para makuha natin ang final answer is, maglalagay tayo ng constant. Is 2 sine of x plus. So this is the final answer.
Alright everyone, we've reached the end of our tutorial on the rules of integration. Let's quickly wrap up what we've covered today because these are the core tools you'll use again and again in integral calculus. These rules share one thing. They simplify complex calculations and let us find antiderivatives systematically without having to start from scratch every time. To help you practice what you've learned, we've prepared 3 original sample questions covering each of the subtopics we discussed. Take a moment to try solving them on your own and we'll explain the solutions right after.